Good evening, my dear friends. Thank you for opening my channel tonight, leaving the last softness of your day here with me. Today's story comes from a wife's submission, a painful confession. She said, "Our relationship is good, but his mother is ruining everything. She asked me quietly, am I selfish? Or should I just let go? Before we begin, I want to ask you something important. Where is the boundary of marriage in your heart exactly? Is it a world for two? Or two families completely merge? If your partner's family becomes a bottomless pit of consumption, draining your energy, money, and emotions endlessly without stopping, would you sink together or choose to save yourself alone? Come, let us step into today's story together. For convenience, we will call her Xiaoan throughout. Xiaoan and her husband Jason met during their struggling years. Jason graduated from a decent public university with solid reputation. Not Ivy League, but similar to a respectable 211 level school. After graduation, he worked in a state-owned enterprise, stable yet plain. Back then, Xiaoan said his eyes still carried bright dreams. He told her he wanted a government position someday. In America, civil servants aren't rich, but stable and respected socially. Those two preparation years were both exhausting and sweet for Xiaoan. She helped organize materials, practiced interviews, supported him completely. Even after he got in, she used connections to help him adapt. They were lovers, but also teammates fighting side by side. Xiaoan always earned more than Jason, yet she never cared. She said, "As long as we love each other, that's enough." But she forgot one thing about marriage completely. Sometimes marrying someone means marrying their entire family system. And Jason's system had a core she couldn't describe clearly. His mother. Jason's father was rarely home, absent for long periods. His mother was the absolute controller of the household. Strong, calculating, sharp, these were Xiaoan's exact descriptions. She said her mother-in-law's relationships were completely ruined everywhere. She fought with relatives, neighbors, even isolated the entire extended family. Her husband's relatives had cut off all contact because of her. Jason's parents constantly threatened divorce throughout their marriage. Within 2 years, Xiaoan witnessed 3 intense divorce wars. The worst time, his mother slapped his father publicly at work, even called the police, causing chaos and humiliation. These events deeply traumatized Jason psychologically over many years. Yet he never complained, only sighed quietly late at night. Xiaoan married too young, without understanding family dynamics deeply. She only knew, "I feel happy with him." So she married. But married life soon became a long, exhausting battle. Before marriage, his mother offered to help decorate their home. She said, "You decide," but controlled everything in reality. From wall colors to floors, every detail was her decision. Xiaoan once suggested lighter curtains casually, nothing serious. Jason argued with his mother just to defend her. Xiaoan didn't even know about that argument initially, until one night at 2 or 3 in the morning. Her mother received a long, accusatory message from Jason's mother. The message accused Xiaoan of selfishness and lack of gratitude, saying she only traveled, never cared about elders at all. Xiaoan's mother couldn't sleep that night, deeply shaken. Next morning, she asked tearfully, "What did you do wrong?" Xiaoan replied calmly, "Nothing. I just didn't follow her script." Their community had an unwritten marriage financial tradition. The groom's family gives money, the bride brings dowry assets. Jason's family gave $100,000 initially. Xiaoan's side contributed $200,000 as dowry. They agreed privately that $300,000 was reasonable. But 10 days before the wedding, everything suddenly changed. His mother demanded public disclosure of the dowry amount, also required written plans for her parents' property distribution. Xiaoan's parents compromised, being simple and kind people. Afterward, his mother apologized casually, minimizing everything. She said, "This was just giving you a way out." Xiaoan later realized it was not kindness, but intimidation. After marriage, complaints from the mother-in-law never stopped. Jason tried mediating, but every talk turned into arguments. One day, his mother appeared directly at Xiaoan's workplace, demanding to meet and talk immediately at the company. Xiaoan awkwardly took her to a cafe downstairs. Only then she realized the depth of hostility. Even worse, his mother forwarded abusive messages about Xiao and messages attacking her personality, family, and worth entirely. She's not worthy of you. Her family wants our money. She can't take care of anyone properly. Most accusations were pure imagination and malicious speculation. During that period, Xiao nearly fell into depression. She forced herself to work, but collapsed emotionally at home. Jason felt sorry, but didn't know how to act effectively. He only repeated, "I'll talk to my mom again." But every talk created an even bigger storm afterward. The next year, they tried repairing the relationship actively. They questioned themselves, wondering if they lacked care. Jason called daily, sent gifts, visited hospital twice daily. But his mother remained unsatisfied no matter what they did. She repeated old conflicts endlessly like a broken machine. Finally, Jason broke down and cut contact for 5 months. Until Thanksgiving, they met again for a family dinner. At dinner, his mother proposed a shocking new plan. "The house you live in is fully paid by us, but it's under our names, not yours. I want you to give me that house to live in. I have cash, but don't want to buy now. You should take a loan and buy a cheaper house. I'll fund 80,000, but you must repay proportionally. And if you divorce, you must return my money." Xiao and Jason refused to move immediately. They suggested buying her a smaller apartment nearby instead, but she refused and escalated pressure further. She even called Xiaoan's father to pressure him directly, then threatened Jason. "I'll contact Xiaoan's boss." At this point, Xiaoan's voice trembled uncontrollably. "She's like a ticking bomb. In my life, I don't know when she'll destroy everything suddenly." Then she asked two deeply, painful questions. "I earn more. Alone, I could live comfortably, but I can't leave him. He's also suffering. I'm strong and won't please her. What should I do? Can I still have a happy marriage in this situation?" Dear friends, let's pause here for a moment. Have you noticed something important in this story? The mother-in-law is not just a person. She represents a pattern of control disguised as love. In this pattern, children are not independent adults. They are controlled pieces on a lifelong chessboard. Marriage is not a new beginning, but colonized territory. Psychologist Susan Forward described this in Toxic Parents. Over-controlling parents see independence as betrayal. When Jason defends his wife, his mother feels abandoned. So she attacks, manipulates, and uses money as leverage, because control is her only remaining tool of power. And Jason, he is pitiful, but not without responsibility. He is educated, yet becomes a helpless child before her. He argued, cut contact, but never set firm boundaries. For example, he could clearly state firm consequences. "Mom, we won't sign any financial divorce agreements. If you threaten again, we will cut contact for a year." A mature marriage stands united against external storms. But Jason still stands between his wife and mother. If you are Xiao An, here are 3 practical suggestions. These are not emotional comfort, but psychological strategies. First, separate whose problem it actually is. Her control, fear, loneliness that belongs to her. You are not responsible for fixing her emotional instability. You can empathize, but you don't need to sacrifice yourself. When she makes demands, remind yourself calmly inside, this is her anxiety, not my failure. Second, build a marriage-first agreement with your husband. Sit down seriously, like a business negotiation together. List clear rules and boundaries for all future decisions. Major decisions require both partners' full agreement. Jason must handle all communication with his mother directly, including stopping her from contacting Xiaoan's family or workplace. If she crosses boundaries, consequences must follow immediately, like temporary disconnection or refusing family gatherings. Jason must understand a harsh truth. Clearly, he cannot have both his wife's love and mother's approval. Third, protect your assets and personal bottom line firmly. Xiaowen's higher income is actually her strongest advantage. The current house is not under her name legally. The proposed agreement is essentially a financial trap. If she agrees, she bears risk while losing control. The mother still holds power over repayment conditions. My advice is simple. Refuse firmly and calmly. You can say, "We appreciate it, but we decline. If needed, we can rent or move out ourselves. But we will not sign any repayment agreement." If she contacts your boss, let her try openly. A reasonable employer would support, not punish you. You can inform your boss in advance for protection. Explain calmly and set clear expectations with your workplace. Finally, I want to say something to you. If you are not married yet, observe their family carefully. Their dynamics are a preview of your future life. If you are already inside, remember this clearly. You have the right to say no and protect yourself. You have the right to leave draining relationships. Tonight's story ends here, but the question remains: would you keep trying or choose to walk away? Tell me your answer in the comments below. Good night. May your love never be controlled or taken.